Showbiz of 2021. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button right now and the notification bell so you can be notified.
You sounded so like a YouTuber then.
I know, I did it on purpose.
So like a YouTuber, but YouTubers get really excited about things.
I don't want to be excited.
Okay.
I don't like it when people get excited over nothing.
It wasn't nothing last night.
Mark, there's no business like show business, like no business I know.
Everybody around us is amazing.
It's been so long since we've done one because this pandemic has made all the showbiz people hide away.
It's made celebrities hide and duck for cover.
Yeah.
They started
Can we
showing
please
images
stop?
of their wealth and then they suddenly stopped.
Yeah, can we stop please picking on celebrities so much because they tend to hide away and we like them out.
But of course, we've had a couple of moments in there, and one of those was Kim Kardashian and Kanye's much publicised split. But you're very excited about a new series, is that right? Is there a new series coming or something?
I don't know, very excited. That
Why
seems
aren't
like
you?
quite a big thing to put on me.
Jesus Christ, if I didn't, you'd have said, I'm really excited about the Kim Kardashian series.
Well, no, actually, I'm not. I don't get very excited about a Kardashian series. I don't, because it's just...
Hang on a minute, let's just scroll this right back. Sorry.
It's because I'm too
You
in
just
love.
said,
Because
I
my
want
favourite now is Housewives of New Jersey. Not Kardashians.
This
But
is news
I
in
love
itself.
to watch the Kardashians.
Right,
Because
why?
if anyone follows me on Instagram, I love to do these lip sync send-ups of Kim Kardashian. So it's good to see them back in their beautiful homes. And their cupboards and their shoes and their handbags.
Am I right to think that she's seriously training to be a lawyer, not like
No, she
pretending?
really is.
Yeah.
So the first episode, obviously, the breakup will have been in progress then, bless her. And she was doing her first exam for the, I think it's called the first bar. I think that's what it's
Right,
called.
yeah.
So she's all the way through the first episode, she is studying 10 hours a day. And actually at the end of the episode, she thinks that she's passed it.
I had a moment where I wanted to be a lawyer because I really fancied the idea of going to the bar.
Yeah, so the first episode, the last ever series
Wow.
of the Kardashians, so it's a big deal.
And just to be clear, you're not excited about it.
Well, I didn't like the word excited.
Clearly, bloody hell.
I'm interested.
Right. Will you be
Excited.
watching it?
We all say excited too much.
don't
And
mind
so
that.
you
I like
get
being
to the
excited
point
about
where they
things.
start saying things like, I'm really excited. I'm so
I must
excited.
admit- I must
That's
admit-
what they say all the
Yeah.
time. They go, I'm really excited about that. Or they say, that's funny. And I don't like it when people point that out. Just be excited.
I have
or
that
just
with
be
a lot
funny.
of movie reviewers and reactors to trailers on YouTube. They all kind of, a lot of
So
them, just are
excited.
so excited about everything. So you end up just thinking, oh, this is just another grade of excitement.
It's like when you're getting interviewed for something like a telly thing and they'll say, well, maybe you could start by saying, I'm really excited. And I go, do you mind if I don't? Do you mind if I don't say I'm really excited?
It's like when someone says this is going to be fun, you just know it's not going to be fun.
So anyway, I have watched the first episode of the new Kardashians and it did deliver because we had the very bizarre storyline of Khloe, who is living with her ex, but is not back with her ex, but is having a baby with her ex. But she went to a room and delivered an egg and he went into another room and delivered a sperm.
That's socially distant sex.
And this wasn't
Isn't
about...
it? That's socially distant
socially
sex.
distant sex.
It
Oh
is.
my God, that's what we might get to. Now, this wasn't an IVF situation because they can't have children together, because of course they have their baby True, but it was because they weren't together anymore.
Do you think he fired it through the keyhole?
But apparently now they are together.
Do you think he fired it through
Mark and we find out in that first episode that she's also going to use a surrogate womb.
the keyhole? Wow, because so a lot's happened in one episode.
Yeah, and also we did see Kim, who I have a lot of time for. I
Yeah.
really like. I know all the body stuff is the thing that drives everybody mad, and that's why I do what I do on Instagram.
Yes.
But I actually think she's a really good person. I know lots of people that know her and say she is kind, she is warm.
Okay.
She is, and she's bloody hard working.
Yeah.
I mean, have you got any idea what it takes to look the way that they look?
What does it take?
Well,
I mean, you do
you
a
have
very
to
good
watch
job in your
every
skits.
single thing you eat.
Yeah.
You have to. You'll often see them on their Instagrams at 4:30 in the morning working out.
Are they happy?
They probably get help from certain areas, but that's not for me
Are
to
they
say, and
happy?
I do not know.
Do you think they're happy with that sort of regime? that sort of regulated.
Oh, I mean, do you know what? They seem like a group. They seem like a really happy family. They stand by each other and have massive fights, but always pull through.
Okay, well, you've got a few more sort of Kardashian-orientated stories there. Yes. I just want to share a very quick one.
Because we haven't done a Showbiz for quite some time.
You thought you'd share that.
We thought that I would do the Kardashian stuff.
Yeah, which you're not excited about.
I'm not excited.
She's not excited. Okay, well, Riz Ahmed has been nominated for Best
huge favourite of ours.
Best Actor, Oscar, obviously, for his role in a film where he plays a heavy metal drummer who suffers hearing loss, and it's called Sound of Metal. But this really struck me as really charming.
He learned full American Sign Language.
That's amazing, yeah, you said that. And the drums as well. And he's an actor that we've been following for years. We love him, the girls love him. He's appeared in so many great films. Check out Nightcrawler as one.
And as you were saying the other day,
a very
important... I mean, you made a very important point about so many actors these days, because people don't realise that to be an actor, don't pay you much money unless you're a big movie star.
So he's from an ordinary background, but this really makes me laugh to hear how ordinary his background is.
Well, he was going to give up because he was so broke.
So he received a nod for his Best Actor role. His family were utterly underwhelmed by him getting a Best Actor.
Oh, no.
And he says, this is Riz, my cousin Adnan legit said, didn't know what the Oscars were. Why all the gas? I won Best Client Engagement Award for the financial quarter. Other cousin steps in, nah, it's not as big as that because he didn't win anything. It's more like getting an email from your boss. Thanks, boss. So basically, they were equating it to sort of like Employee of the Year.
Well, it is.
Well, no, it is. It is.
I
think it's wonderful. And it's probably why he's, his feet are firmly on the ground. And I'm absolutely chuffed. It's just like, it's real. But just coming out of that, before we get onto one of your big stories, it kind of feeds into my thing that Neil Morrissey is talking about in the Mail today, where he's talking about how working class actors are woefully underrepresented. And I'm 100% behind him on this. He says they lose out on big roles to their Oxbridge-educated peers. And there was a particular quote here, which I really like. He said he discusses the difficulty in his field, and if he ever felt intimidated by the fact that 46% of BAFTA winners went to private school. He said, and this is a great quote, when Oxbridge people are pumping a lot of money into production, they want their own. It's so true. I mean, regardless of what you think of Neil Morrissey, I mean, I've always been a fan of him. He's made me laugh a lot.
It's so like every other business, isn't it? Connections, who you know.
But it's worse than it's ever been. This idea of inclusivity, it's worse than it's ever been. I would argue it's worse than it's ever been. And, it's just yet another sort of stark reminder that for those, it's a career choice that has to... You have to make huge financial sacrifices early on in your career in order to sort of stick with it. And that's possibly why the survival of it isn't survival of the fittest, it's survival of the richest. So you've got some Kardashian stuff which you're not excited about.
No, this is Kim Kardashian at Demi Lovato's drive-in premiere on her YouTube docu-series.
Wow.
Now, I've seen some clips of this and it is proper hard-hitting.
Is it?
Yeah. She's had huge problems with addiction.
Right.
She talks really honestly about it, but also the friends and everybody is given license to talk just honestly.
Is she the singer that had a stroke?
Yeah, she had a stroke. She nearly died. She took an overdose, and she's had.
It's called Dancing with the Devil in Beverly Hills.
Yeah,
great title.
This is going to be extraordinary. We're going to watch it, and we're actually going to review it on the show. But Kim calls her baby, and Kim came out yesterday in support of her. And this great drive-in. Look at this. All these people, a socially distanced premiere.
Look at those images.
That's how people saw it.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah, really cool.
And what's their connection? They're just best buddies?
Yeah,
BFs?
best buddies.
BFFs?
BFFs, I think.
What does BFF stand for? Big, funky
best
feelings. Best friends forever.
BFF. Be BFF.
BF, that's what I just said. BFF.
Oh, I thought you said BBF. Yeah, best friends
BBF
forever.
is big, bulging fingers.
Yeah, and she came out and she sang, and it's wonderful to see her in recovery. I think from one of the clips of the interviews that I saw, she had that classic moment. She said, "I didn't even know why I'm doing this anymore."
Wow, it was a near-fatal heroin and fentanyl overdose.
She's now legally blind with hearing loss and brain damage after suffering 3 strokes and a heart attack.
Oh my
So
God.
I think this is going to be a hugely important film.
Wow.
The message on addiction and
And on YouTube only.
Only on YouTube.
Big news story breaking today is Bobby Brown Jr.'s son, well, obviously Bobby Brown Jr., died of accidental overdose, says coroner.
Poor kids.
But just mentioning fentanyl with Demi Lovato, Bobby Brown Jr. died of an overdose of alcohol, cocaine, and the powerful opioid fentanyl, according to a coroner's report. The 28-year-old was found unresponsive in his bedroom by his girlfriend. She called paramedics who declared him dead. So presumably the half-sister of Whitney Houston and his daughter, who also died. So he's lost 2 of his children.
Well, I mean, you know,
my God.
I mean, it's well recorded, isn't it, that Whitney's daughter was around all the drug taking.
Yeah.
I feel so sorry. I feel so sorry because, you know, in a gilded cage where nobody's really looking, you know, where social services probably would never have been alerted, there was behind closed doors, these children were exposed to just horrors, really, because their parents were in the grip of addiction.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's so extraordinary that Whitney Houston's daughter died in the same way.
But it's this
in
fentanyl.
the bath. But of course, when Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston, they were using very, very dangerous drugs. But this fentanyl is just another. It's just the next level, isn't it?
That's
look at that beautiful
I know.
boy.
And you know, what makes me feel so sad is I remember as a 16 or 15-year-old buying Bobby Brown's album, There's No Prerogative, or My Prerogative, full of life, full of beans, brilliant artist. And then here's not only his life, but the lost lives of 2 of his children.
It's just horrific. Absolutely
horrendous.
Poor families on both sides, just awful. So Kylie Jenner clears up false narrative surrounding crowdfunding makeup artist medical bills.
So to clarify, Kylie Jenner is Kim Kardashian's sister.
That's right.
Yeah.
Kylie Jenner, the billionaire, who then came into question whether she's a billionaire. But she said she didn't give a shit whether people thought she was a billionaire or not.
Does she excite you, Kylie?
So anyway, no.
Okay.
Kylie doesn't excite me.
Okay.
So you know, she's you know,
astonishing.
She's a megastar, Kylie, but she's a megastar really for her makeup brand.
So her name, when you said Kylie earlier, I thought you meant Kylie Minogue. That shows how old-fashioned I am.
I was looking for a Kylie
story.
Kylie
Minogue's story. Is Kylie, when people say Kylie now, do they mean Kylie Jenner?
Yeah, that's it.
Really? Oh my God! So all right, okay. So what's happened?
So basically, I saw this story last week. It was all a bit odd, you know.
Yeah.
And it was an attack on her. She had posted about a crowdfunding scheme for somebody, and the way the story was told, her makeup artist had a terrible accident. The family were looking for crowdfunding to pay for a vital operation.
Right.
So Kylie had posted to her fans saying, if anybody wants to donate, can you donate to this thing.
Campaign, yeah,
so then it all came out, oh my God, she's a billionaire, how disgusting. She's asking for other people for money when this is her makeup artist,
right,
and she could pay off this crowdfund. I think it was 100,000.
Right.
At that point, when the story was reported, the crowdfund was something like £100,000 they were looking for. So she's cleared up the story today by saying, hang on a minute, when they first came to me, the family, it was for $10,000.
Right.
They'd already raised 6.
Right.
So I gave 5 to just top it up.
To take it over and a bit beyond.
And a bit beyond. He's not my makeup artist.
Right.
He's somebody years ago that was a makeup artist.
Right.
So sadly, through no thing, we have no personal relationship at all. But the family reached out to me to post. Right. So she posted, and then since then, the request had gone up, the crowdfunding had gone up. I don't know whether there was complications with the operation.
Right.
And you just think again, why are we always just so ready to think the worst of people?
Yeah.
I mean, she's still a 21-year-old girl, rich or not. And also, just because she's rich, why does she have to pay for everything anyway?
Yeah.
So I think she's obviously very hurt by this. It's, you know, she said, I was doing what I thought was a nice thing.
And then it backfires in this incredibly judgmental world.
But it's quite unusual.
Yeah.
For the Kardashians actually to ever answer to any of these stories, so this must be a biggie for her.
That's quite significant.
Cut deep.
Yeah, she's feeling an injustice.
She's feeling an injustice. Okay.
So this story, I thought, is a story after my own heart, though I don't agree with gun ownership or guns. But Lemmy, who sadly passed away, has had his ashes placed in bullets and gifted to his closest friends. So rock and roll. It's so rock and roll.
Bullet.
Yeah, hang on. So late Motorhead star Lemmy's ashes were placed in bullets and given to his closest friends. I want one.
You have to ask why.
The legendary frontman and bassist died in 2015 from prostate cancer and heart failure. But look, they've got one in look at that. Lemmy is in that bullet. It's quite
why
a beautiful
did it have
thing.
to be in a bullet? Why couldn't it have been in a nice hole?
Maybe him and his friends like to go out the back and just shoot their guns. But anyway, one of his friends here, Reverend Ricky Ratman, I don't know if he is literally a reverend. Before his death, Lemmy asked for his ashes to be put in some bullets and handed out to his closest friends. Today I received a bullet and was literally brought to tears.
Oh, I bet.
Thank you, my motorhead. I don't know.
Maybe it's a shared joke between friends.
Maybe a shared joke, and also very rock and roll.
Very rock and roll.
Very rock and roll. Yeah, I was trying to think, I want to be put in one of those domed egg timer things. I really do.
He wants all the girls to have an egg timer, so when they have a bored egg, they time them with
turn their dad
ashes.
over.
And they're so funny because they always go, I don't want one.
I know. I want to do it. So there you go.
There you go. First Showbiz of 2021, and hopefully we'll do them more regularly. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can always be notified when we are live.